Monte Booker has the most unique sound out of any producer in the industry right now. But what are the secrets behind his production? First, let's take a listen to Mona Lisa. The song starts off with some smooth R&B chords that are played on a soft synth pad. This is a go-to formula for Monte that works every time. A trick to make these R&B chords is to first use 7th chords, and second, use the 5th chord in the scale, but shift the second note up a semitone. It's going to give you that R&B feel every time. As the song progresses, the chords stay the same, but the sounds change drastically. It's like Monte played the chords individually with a different sound each time, and then pieced them together to create something new. So I did something similar. First, we have this sine key sound with a pitch shifting delay. Then I chose a harsher sound with more high end. I automated some distortion on it to make it sound like another Monte produced song, Wild Irish Roses. Another technique Monte used on Mona Lisa is to add rhythm to the chords. To do this, I added a shaper box and portal to a basic sine pluck, leaving us with this. Like I said earlier, it sounds like he pieced all the sounds together. So after some chopping and moving around, we got this. To finish off the melodic side, I added a vocal chop, something Monte is always adding to his beats. Now we need to look at how Monte does his insanely unique drum bounces. First is sound selection. On his more soulful beats, like Mona Lisa, he likes to use hand claps. Notice how the 2nd and 4th claps are hitting slightly earlier. This is one of the keys to Monte's bounce. It's far enough off grid so it's noticeable, but it's not so far off grid that it sounds bad. After that, we have the hi-hats, again using a similar technique. Then we have some perks. Second to last, we have the kick. And finally, we have a synth bass. Whilst R&B and soul is what Monte is known for, he also puts his own spin on trap beats. Take a listen to Rice and Gravy.
I rock Earth Forces, don't force shit. Not for I'm racing to thought this.
The melody is a detuned synth playing arpeggiated chords. To make something similar, I found a sine pluck and processed it with a compressor, cassette, portal, and EQ. I then added an ambient delay to it with the mix fully wet and half-timed it, just adding some more subtle texture in the background. After that, I wanted to add more textures. He loves to use weird laser type sounds, something like this. On Rice and Gravy, there are these random 3-note melodies that accent the chords, as well as these melodic perk rolls that add a completely different texture. Finally, on Rice and Gravy, there are these ambient chopped vocals, so I grabbed a loop for my upcoming kit and it sounds like this. Next, we have Monte's trap style drums. Like I said earlier, he uses really unique sounds like the snare on this JID song. To make something unique for RB, I laid a rim, clap, and perk. Then for the hi-hats, he likes to use more traditional trap sounds as well as using the techniques we talked about earlier. Look how far I shifted these off grid, and I also added a delay. After that, we have the kick, which makes the hi-hat bounce start to make more sense. You've probably noticed that there's no snare hitting at the end. That's inspired by 90 Proof featuring J. Cole. Monte perfectly combined acoustic and trap drums on this song. He used a drum fill to finish the end of the loop, so I did something similar. Last but definitely not least, we have the 808s. I started off by adding this 808 inspired by Rice and Gravy, hitting on the 1. Then I mixed in another 808 with a bit more attack, inspired by 90 Proof. Monte Booker's sound is one of a kind. He puts soul and feeling above all else as his chords invoke emotions not only with the melody but with the rhythm as well. Also, he just tries stuff, using detuned textures and weird bounces give his beats real character. At the end of the day, nothing in this world is perfect, so why should your beats be?